Oh, the SCOTUS saga is deepening. This year alone, we have had off-the-chart stuff, and I cannot wait to share this entire tapestry of what we've got with our freedom and our framework and our rights for going into this frames and receivers rule. I'm about to lay the entire thing out so you guys know where everything sits, where it stands, and give you a little bit better of an idea of what you think Alito and the SCOTUS is going to do about this frames and receivers from the ATF. Let me know what you guys think in the description box below, or excuse me, in the comments field below, and I can't wait to read those bad boys. And as we go through this, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. We are within the last 1,000 subscribers to get to 500,000, and I would love to invite you to help us get over that mark, and that would be amazing, and thank you for that consideration. All right, my brothers and sisters, before we get into the entire framework and backing out on the macro, I've got to issue a correction from the video that I did last night announcing Alito's order around the ATF's request for a stay on their frames and receivers vacature. Now, last night, I said the dates correctly, but I said the wrong days. You guys pointed it out in the comments, and you let me know, and I appreciate that. I strive for perfection on this channel. That's kind of one of my things. And when I mess up with things like that, it really kind of bothers me. So consider this a correction. I apologize for the problems. And now let's continue to move forward. I've got to share some stuff with you from the source on this that I've got, and then we're going to basically walk through a calendar timeline of where they've been and where we think they're going. All right, so let's check this out. So this is currently from that source. So you guys know that Alito has ordered that a district court opinion and judgment be stayed until Friday, August 4th at 5 p.m. Friday, August 4th, not the date I said prior. So Friday, August 4th. Meaning the judgment is currently not in effect and that the final rule is in effect until that time. This is the source, I can't tell you all the details, but they've requested a response from FPC by Wednesday, August 2 at 5 p.m. Eastern time, and the word is they are ready, willing, and they are cranking, and they are right on time, and I can't wait to hear that bad boy, and you know that I will bring it to you immediately upon its release. Now, first, let's go back to January, because again, this is the tapestry as we go forward, okay? New York can continue to enforce a new state law that bans guns from sensitive places, such as schools, playgrounds, and Times Square, while the legal process plays out. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled on Wednesday. The justices turned down an emergency request from a New York gun owners group that challenged the Concealed Carry Improvement Act and asked the High Court to lift an order by a federal appeals court that allowed it to remain in effect. So this is almost the exact inverse from what the ATF just asked. The ATF actually asked for the exact same emergency relief. They asked for an emergency stay in order to let the entire case play out in the lower courts or for the Supreme Court to take it. The exact opposite happened from gun rights groups in New York, and the SCOTUS said, no, let the lower courts deal with it. They didn't grant a stay. Well, now we've got in this FPC lawsuit where you're talking about frames and receivers, you have a temporary stay. It's good through Friday, August 4th. Okay, that's when that stay expires. And then we got to wait for what else they say. But now, let's fast forward to June, because this is an important piece as well. This is around the domestic violence cases that they were talking about, because the ATF and DOJ also took this to SCOTUS. Supreme Court to hear major guns case involving domestic violence. The court, which has decided very few Second Amendment cases, will consider whether government may disarm people subject to restraining orders for domestic abuse. Now let me show you an excerpt from this article, because this is painting a picture here. The Supreme Court agreed on Friday to consider whether the government may forbid people subject to domestic violence orders from having guns, setting up a major test of its ruling last year and vastly expanding people's rights to arm themselves in public. Well, we've hit that a lot. It didn't expand rights, it curtailed gun control. We've covered that. But that was on June 30th. So in January, you had the Supreme Court decline to get involved and let the lower courts do it, and that was for a gun rights group's emergency action or request. Then in June, you have the domestic abusers or accused domestic violence abusers or restraining orders, however you want to phrase it. Those guys are now going to be in front of SCOTUS. So they accepted that case. So in one, they said, no thanks, I'm good. The other one, they said, absolutely, let's take it up and let's put it on the docket for next year. And now that brings us to where we are right now with Alito reinstating the ATF rule. So it's in effect right now through Friday, August 4th. They want answers because they've got the ATF's brief. We already showed it to you on multiple videos, this one and Second Legacy, or channels, this one and Second Legacy. Now they want FPC's response. So the Supreme Court wants to see both sides of this, and then they will make a further ruling because that stay is going to expire on Friday, August 4th. So right now, just to kind of sum this at a high level, we've got Supreme Court that said, Nah, not going to touch it. Then we had Supreme Court said, yep, we're going to take it on the docket for next year. And now this one, again, you have pretty much three options. They can do the same thing they did with the domestic case where they said, okay, so FPC, we got your response that we requested. We're now going to take this case up, put it on the docket for next year. Or they can say it's permanently stayed pending the outcome of the cases in the Fifth Circuit. Or they can say, no, we're not getting involved. The stay is expired. Enjoy your day in court. The rule can't be enforced. So given all of this background, I'll be honest with you, I don't know where they're going to go. They've kind of gone both sides, pretty the extreme. If they go in the middle, they might. I honestly don't know. But the important thing is we now have looked at the entire tapestry for this year. We've seen what they've done in different scenarios and different cases. And now we are ready for this to move forward with the frames and receivers. And make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and you like this video so you will get updates on this as soon as my source or anybody else releases something that I can cover on this for you. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.